10 seconds. Stand by.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. This is test 6 for our individuals. If you were here for our teams, it's a bit of some of the same elements in that, but individual style. It's going to start vastly differently. 20 overhead squats, starting off test 6, more of a chipper. When they're done with those 20 overhead squats at 125, they will move forward, as you see them doing now in several of our lanes. Done with the first 10, moving on to the second 10. They'll move forward after that for 500-meter row, 3 handstand walk pirouettes, 2 seated legless rope climbs, 20 strict chest-to-wall handstand push-ups, 2 seated legless rope climbs, 3 handstand walk pirouettes, back down to a 500-meter row, and finishing up like they started, 20 overhead squats.
This is our final day of competition here at the North America East Noble CrossFit Semifinal. We've got athletes moving in. Stephanie Morales, Games veteran right there in lane number 2. Joining us on that rower, lane number 5, Bailey Bentley from CrossFit Huntsville.
And down in lane number 9, Gibson Burke. Also onto the rower. The rest of the field now wrapping up the last of their overhead squats and moving to the rower. A 16-minute time cap for this event.
These athletes have 2 more tests remaining here at this semifinal experience in Orlando, Florida. Test number 6 underway. We've got those placards. You see them right next to the Concept 2. They will be bumped up every 200 meters as they work towards 500 here.
Again, this is heat number 1 of 6. One of these athletes going to set the score to beat for heat 2.
Madeline Helms joining us from CrossFit Electric City over in lane number 1.
Our athletes working their way through that 500-meter row. If you look just behind the rower near your favorite athlete, you'll see a placard indicating 1 through 500 meters. Our judges will adjust those accordingly. 2 of our athletes with less than 100 meters to go. Right in the center, Fisher eyeing down the end, Bailey.
Here we go, Stephanie Morales able to make it to the next station here, ladies and gentlemen. She's got to do the 3 handstand walk pirouettes. No problem for Games veteran right there, Stephanie Morales. Looking good on those. Nicely done, making it look easy. Stephanie Morales, ladies and gentlemen, coming out of CrossFit Invictus Back Bay. Trading those scrubs for spandex here this weekend. Stephanie Morales now getting ready for the next portion, those 2 seated legless rope climbs.
Nicole Gibson Burke, lane number 9, right through her pirouettes. Also now getting situated as well for her seated rope climbs. Our 2 athletes, Morales and Gibson Burke, keeping it pretty close. Gibson Burke with a slight lead. She'll be the first to reset. I believe both athletes taking a second to chalk up. They've got first place knotted up. Gibson Burke starting to work in lane number 9. And Burke completing her second seated legless rope climb. Burke now moving on.
Stephanie Morales in lane number 2 was first to that rope. She is working her way up yet again. If you've got an athlete out here, go ahead and put your hands together for them. Cheer them on as they work through these 2-seated legless rope climbs.
Nicole Gibson-Burke, lane number 9, with about an 8 or so rep lead over Stephanie Morales on the chest-to-wall handstand push-ups. Actually, Gibson-Burke down to her last pair of chest-to-wall handstand push-ups, and she locks up the last one, moves away from the wall.
Stephanie Morales getting her first set of those 20 strict chest-to-wall handstand push-ups.
Gibson-Burke, a little bit of an issue getting started on the seated legless rope climbs.
It is 1, Stephanie Morales, then 2, looks to be Faith Stewart. Once they get through these 20 strict chest-to-wall handstand push-ups, it's more rope climbs. They got to get through 2 more of those seated legless rope climbs. They've got a 16-minute time cap on this. We are approaching 7 minutes in. Rachel Fricker looking to get that last and final handstand walk pirouette.
Lane number 9, Nicole Gibson-Burke, getting her groove, looking to close out. I believe this will be her second seated legless rope climb.
Oh, so close. She's got to get across that yellow. Very close. Check it out. We've got a front runner. Larry, talk to me, Goose.
That's it, Nicole Gibson-Burke, back half of this event, if you will, as we approach the halfway point. Nicole Gibson-Burke done with her second look at the seated legless rope climbs onto her handstand walk pirouettes in the lead. So she's got the handstand walks, the 500-meter row, and the 20 overhead squats. Can she get through these pirouettes, making that first turn? And again, Nicole Gibson-Burke working her way back towards the rowers.
So she snuck by me there, like you said, that shuffle up there inside that rogue rig. It is 1, Nicole Gibson-Burke. And then we've got a battle happening between Stephanie Morales and I believe Faith Stewart. We'll see who emerges back out of that rogue rig for our 1, 2, and 3.
Nicole looking to finish up that center pirouette, and she will make it to the final turn. And finding her groove, she'll make it across that yellow line. And Nicole onto the rower, solidly in the lead here in heat number 1 as we hit 9 minutes.
There we go. A very relieved lane number 6, Rachel Fricker. Happy to say goodbye to those handstand pirouette walks for now.
"100 meters in is Nicole Gibson-Burke in lane number 9. The battle now may very well be for 2nd and 3rd here in heat number 1.
In lane number 1 with CrossFit Electric City, Madeline Helms working on her handstand push-ups. Morales is on her 2nd set of those legless rope climbs in lane number 3. It looks like lane number 7, Faith Stewart, moving on to her pirouettes, handstand walk pirouettes. So it is 1, Nicole Gibson-Burke. 2 is over in lane number 7. She's upside down right now. That's Faith Stewart at a training think tank CrossFit. And then here comes lane number 4, rounding out our top 3. Ali Baja at a CrossFit Melior. Your 1, 2, and 3 all about ready to be on those concept 2s. But it looks like while the other 2 athletes are trying to get to that concept 2, our leader in lane number 9, Nicole Gibson-Burke out of CrossFit East Nashville, looking to finish up that last 100 meters.
And she will depart the rower right around the 11:13 mark, just as Stewart arrives. Nicole Gibson-Burke can take a moment at her weight belt, and she will have 20 overhead squats to complete test number 6. 10 in the first section, 10 in the second.
Our leader needing 20 overhead squats at 125 pounds. Behind her in lane number 7, working on her row, is Faith Stewart. And then lane number 4, Ali Bodgett, working on her last handstand pirouette. And now she can join Faith at the concept 2.
Burke back overhead, putting reps in the books. Again, this is the last element in test number 6. A whole lot of stuff gotten done in the last 12.5 minutes. Burke with 2 more to finish the first 10. And Burke done halfway through with her 20 reps.
Athletes, you have 3 minutes remaining. 3 minutes.
Burke back overhead and back into the groove. Just a handful of reps to go. We'll see our first finisher of the day for test 6 in our individual division. For the ladies here, 3 reps to go. Make that 2. Let's make some noise, folks, and bring Nicole Gibson-Burke across that line. 13:40 unofficially for Nicole Gibson-Burke.
Will we see another finisher with Faith Stewart in lane number 7? She's got 2 minutes, a little over 2 minutes. There it is, 2 minutes to go. Getting into position for those final 20 overhead squats. Working with 125 pounds right there. She's 5 in. Let's put our hands together for lane number 7, Faith Stewart, 90 seconds. She was able to maintain a solid pace on those. If she can do it again, she'll be able to get onto that finish mat. 1:15 to go. She's got that barbell overhead, Larry. 1 minute.
As we were getting started, I heard a ton of folks screaming, Faith, Faith, Faith. Where you at? Make some noise for Faith Stewart. Just a few reps to go. Last rep for Stewart. And there we go. Make some noise for Faith Stewart.
30 seconds. Athletes, you have less than 30 seconds. $20 seconds to go.
Blodgett looking to finish up the first 10.
10 seconds. Blodgett moving in her final 10. 3, 2, 1, time.
Big round of applause for all the athletes here in heat number 1, test 6, their final day of competition.